Hey everyone, welcome back to Martial Arts History. The martial art for today is Wing Chun and Jeet Kune Do. So Wing Chun is actually a traditional form of Kung Fu, which specializes in close counter combat. It includes several striking techniques and is mainly a defensive art. Wing Chun was originated to be used in close quarters where there was cramped space and not much room to move. The idea was to be able to defend yourself in a small area. Wing Chun relies on three basic principles that include defense and counterattacking simultaneously, keeping moves simple and straight to the point, and also emphasizing to strike at major pressure points. JKD, or Jeet Kune Do, is the form of martial arts that was given to Bruce Lee's art. The core idea behind Wing Chun is to be able to intercept the opponent's attacks and their intents. Wing Chun spread through China during the Qing dynasty, and not so much written record exists, but it is thought to have been named after a woman who had the same name. JKD, or Jeet Kune Do, is fairly new and only came into existence as an actual form in 1969. Bruce Lee, of course, was against naming the art because he wanted to avoid limiting the art's flexibility. The first known Wing Chun master was Yip Man. I'm sure you've seen the movies. If you haven't, please go see the movies. They're so cool. Yip Man taught to his students in Hong Kong, and his son Ip Chun has also continued to teach Wing Chun as passionately as his father, and eventually was appointed chairman of the Ving Sun Athletic Association, which was originally founded by Yip Man himself. Another one of Yip Man's students was the famous Mo Yat, who taught Wing Chun in New York and was considered by Kung Fu magazine to be one of the greatest martial arts instructors of all time. Alongside such notable students, Bruce Lee, of course, was another student of Yip Man, and then, Bruce Lee went on from then to create JKD and bring all of his styles and techniques that he had learned together to make it form into his style. Richard Bustillo was actually one of Bruce Lee's students who was quite the specialist in JKD. A close friend and trainer to Bruce Lee, his name is Dan Inosanto. I'm sure you've heard of him. He became the most trusted source of history and facts regarding Jeet Kune Do. Wing Chun, of course, has had its presence in so many films, most notably Yip Man, and again, if you haven't seen those films, please do watch those. Very exciting, awesome action, really well done. There were multiple other documentaries based off of Yip Man's life that are really interesting as well. Regarding Jeet Kune Do, though, Bruce Lee's name itself had a great impact on the popularity of the art. As Bruce Lee started to teach in Oakland, it got more and more popular outside of Asia. There's so many celebrities that have stated that, Bruce Lee was a huge inspiration in their life, and obviously martial artists always look up to Bruce Lee because he really brought theatrical performance of martial arts to the screen, and obviously he's one of my inspirations as well. Without him, who knows where martial arts on screen would be. The idea that people still talk about him and he's quoted all the time, he made such a big impact in the world on martial artists, on so many people. So I think he did something right. Wing Chun, just like most other martial arts, require a lot of dedication and hard work to master the techniques. Wing Chun techniques are typically known for the speed and accuracy, as well as really focusing on countering your opponent. A few of the techniques are Hen Sao, Pak Sao, Hai Jarn, Lin Wan Quen, and the one-inch punch are popular punching techniques. There are 5 original ways to attack, which are single direct attack, SDA, attack by combination, ABC, progressive indirect attack, PIA, and immobilization attack, HIA, and attack by drawing, ABD. Wing Chun and JKD have a ton of different techniques, most of which are defensive or countering your opponent, but what I really like about Wing Chun is the idea of just using your body simply. Like not putting too much force when you don't need to put force. A lot of times when we think about punching or think about kicking, we hold our breath and we tighten up and we're like, all right, let's go. Obviously we shouldn't do that because when you're tense, you could possibly get injured and you're not going to actually give as much proper technique or force. So the idea is to relax like a whip, let your arm be a whip. It's loose, but then it has a hard hit at the end. And so you want to relax as much as possible until that last second. And that's what I really love about it. And also it just feels very natural. When I started studying a little bit of Wing Chun, I realized how natural it was to punch in that style once I kind of like broke all my habits of karate punching or, you know, sparring. Wing Chun is just one of those martial arts that feels so good to practice it, and the idea of, you know, learning the technique and then creating your own twist on it and making it yours. I think it's so important to not stay stuck on techniques being perfect. I think it's vital to create what's best for you and how your body feels and what you need. So I love that about JKD. So Wing Chun is such a great defensive martial art. I highly recommend it. Alright everyone, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to leave your comments and everything down below. I'd love to hear from you, and if you have any additional information, please do add that. Go ahead and subscribe or hit that notification bell if you're already subscribed, and if you want to subscribe to my email list, there's a link for you down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.